And just for the record, I haven't been sued yet. Have you been sued by Jada?
Nobody's.
Brother Bilaal is still out here, insisting that the only reason Jada Pinkett hasn't sued him yet is because everything he said about her and Will Smith is the gospel truth. He's made some wild claims, including Will hooking up with Dwayne Martin, Mark Anthony cheating on Jennifer Lopez with Jada, Jada's interactions with young men, her rituals, narcissism, domestic violence in the marriage, and so much more. And now he's back with even more allegations. Baby brother Bilaal still has a lot to say about Will and Jada.
If you don't sue me, this is what's going to happen. All parties, right? And the people, the men that you hit with dildos, I'm naming names, right? All the salacious stuff that you have done and hurt other people, I'm naming names.
Let's rewind to last November when Bilaal did an interview with Tasha K. He dropped a bombshell, claiming that Will Smith once hooked up with Dwayne Martin and shared explicit details of what he supposedly witnessed. Another scandalous claim, which has been circulating for a while, is that Mark Anthony, while with Jennifer Lopez, was cheating on her with Jada. Bilaal alleged that Jada and Mark Anthony had a romantic relationship on the set of the show Hawthorne. While Will was apparently okay with this, the final straw came when he allegedly caught Jada and Mark getting busy on their couch. According to Brother Bilaal, this incident devastated Will, pushing him into dark thoughts. Bilaal also claimed that this affair was the catalyst for Mark Anthony's divorce from Jennifer Lopez. At the time, Will Smith responded by stating that these stories were completely fabricated and unequivocally false. Jada, on her part, slammed the accusations, calling them ridiculous and nonsense during an appearance on The Breakfast Club.
And this is a person that tried a shakedown, a money shakedown that didn't work. We're going to take legal action. Because it's one thing to have your opinion about somebody versus just making up salacious, malicious stories. So that's actionable, so we're going to roll with that.
She even suggested that Bilaal was exposing them because of differences over a business deal with Will Smith. Let me tell y'all something.
It's based around this person's idea that they, in some way, were doing business around Will's book and that they spent money or what have you and that they needed to be compensated. So he already tried to do this money shake.
Will and his family have never publicly responded to comments about them like this before, and the swift response from Will and Jada had many questioning if Bilaal was indeed telling the truth. Much later, Bilaal returned to Tasha K and stood by his claims, suggesting that Will and Jada's quick reaction was a sign they knew he was speaking the truth. He boldly declared that they were aware of what he witnessed in that dressing room, and if Jada didn't follow through on her threat to sue within 2 weeks, he would return with evidence. During the interview, Bilaal continued to divulge more revelations. He portrayed Jada as a significant narcissist who only values those who worship her.
She's gonna love anybody that treats her like she's a god, right? When you're a narcissist and a sociopath like she is, and I'll get into that, you want to be worth.
He went further to claim he has evidence of Jada's sexual relationships with both men and women and alleged knowledge of her health issues. He accused her of being addicted to substances ranging from ecstasy to alcohol, and even claimed she indulges in watching adult content and bestiality. Adding to the drama, Bilaal hinted that Jada's involvement with her son's friend August Alsina might not have been an isolated incident. He spoke extensively about Jada's alleged control over Will, her involvement in Scientology rituals, and even claimed there was footage of Will engaging in questionable behavior at adult parties. There was a trove of allegations Bilaal exposed, though much of it had been circulating in gossip circles for some time. For instance, Jaguar Wright had previously claimed that both Will and Jada are bisexual, and alleged young artists had confided in her about being exploited at such parties.
Oh no, that your husband was doing things to boys and did stuff to your son and you ain't do shit about it. Bilaal told me everything. That he know that Will Smith, Jaden, he Bashir and he Meek Mills, and you know it, Bilaal. I'm saying that because of the artist that I just spoke to not that long ago that got invited to a party at their house. Everything was cool up front till they went to the back and there was a bunch of old and young boys back there, all ass naked in the Wade house. Meek Mills, Bashir Gray, left that screaming. August the only one.
Furthermore, August Alsina had openly stated that Will gave him permission to be romantically involved with Jada.
He gave me his blessing, and I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life, you know, and I truly and really, really deeply loved and have a ton of love for her.
Once again, when Bilaal brought up Dwayne Martin, it wasn't exactly breaking news. The close friendship between Will and Dwayne had long sparked speculation, fueled by their frequent vacations together to places like Sin City, Las Vegas, Miami, and even a private cruise in Trinidad, all while their respective spouses, Tisha Campbell and Jada, stayed at home. But what truly stunned me was when brother Bilaal alleged that Will had been involved with Jada's own blood brother. According to Bilaal, Jada's brother was the one seen massaging Will in that video.
A man knows what a man needs.
He claimed to possess evidence that could potentially lead to Will making a statement about his sexuality. As for Jada's rumored ties to Scientology and her interest in ritualistic practices, whispers have circulated for some time. On the On Purpose podcast, Jay Shetty hinted at a deep connection with Jada across multiple lifetimes, a notion Jada seemed open to. She vaguely alluded to past conversations with Jay that she wasn't ready to discuss publicly.
I don't have the ground under my feet in the way in which my ego wants, but what I have learned is that the ground under my feet is that of a higher source. That's the only ground to walk.
Jada also delved into themes of ego, mortality, and embracing one's shadow self. Interestingly, despite her public persona centered on love and positivity, she's been known to explore deeper, more complex topics on social media. Jada has been open about her spiritual practices, once sharing her daily routine, which includes waking up at 5:30 a.m. for a 30-minute chant, followed by meditation. According to Bilaal, these rituals are a regular part of their lives. When it comes to Will and Jada, their entire marriage has been under scrutiny. Jada has previously made statements like, "I've always told Will, you can do whatever you want, as long as you can look at yourself in the mirror and be okay. Because at the end of the day, Will is his own man. I'm here as his partner, but he is his own man. He has to decide who he wants to be, and that's not for me to do for him." Or vice versa. She's also revealed that she never initially wanted to marry Will and felt compelled to do so because she was pregnant.
And there's so much pressure, you know, being a young actress, being young, and I was just like pregnant. And I was just like, I didn't know what to do, but I just knew. I was like, I never wanted to be married.
Recently, Jada admitted that she and Will haven't been together since 2016.
So many surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most, that I actually had to reread it because I said, is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
Right.
but it was a divorce.
So while Bilal's claims may not be entirely new, he insists that Jada is a narcissist who controls Will and claims he has evidence to back this up. I'm eagerly awaiting these alleged receipts because there are numerous allegations swirling around Will and Jada. But do you believe Bilaal actually has the evidence he claims? And if Will were to speak out, do you think Jada's influence over him would diminish? Share your thoughts in the comments section below.